will kick it away to start us off. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Here's the handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on third down. To the air, it's Kingsbury. Here's a heat. Looking for a huge play. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
It's a nice job by the receiver working past the sticks. It looked like it was going to be a first down by the offense, but how about the physical play knocking that ball loose?
First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Back to pass. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the red zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Good pick up there. He gets enough for the first down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in. They've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Fires to the wideout. The short hands, it's Hansen. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. The Wolverines will hustle to the line. He'll run it again. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to pass. It's Kingsbury. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Finds his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on third down. He lets it fly. Holds it in on the left. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Hand off from the shotgun. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking downfield, it's Kingsbury. Pocket breaking down. And the third down pass is incomplete.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He's got it out. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Breaks into the open. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Wants to go up top. Looking to scramble. He turns it loose to the left. Touchdown, Penn State! And they take it in for 6 more points. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UAB is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by a field goal over UTSA. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial.
He wants to take the top off. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball. And then
unleashes one deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that.
A shot toward the end zone. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? Offense gets set for second down. Looking for a man. It's Kingsbury. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense.
Working the middle. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. He showed his ability to shed tackles, but good night, the defense just kept flying to him.
And that's what you're supposed to do. Defensively, you fly to the football. As soon as you see that thing thrown, I got to break on the football and not assume somebody else is going to make the tackle. And they did a good job because several guys missed, but they just kept giving great effort in forcing the fourth down.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just...
Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Stopped right at the 40-yard line, and this defense celebrating the turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
They want to run this quarterback. Got enough for the first. Racing to the right. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14.
Yeah, dude, if I'm a DC, I'm throwing my clipboard. I'm throwing my hands up in the air. Well, what do you want me to do? I mean, this is unbelievable, having a guy this dynamic at the quarterback spot that can take it 50-plus and make it look that easy. You stop.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Quarterback making checks. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Had to throw it before he wanted. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Snagged out of the air. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The Nittany Lions will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. just keeps moving. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
And he walks us in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Using his legs, it's Willihan. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. To the air, it's Kingsbury. Working that left side now. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, but man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
This quarterback part of their running game. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
These old girders are rocking on third down here at Beaver Stadium. They'll try to get the first through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. To the air on first down. Quick completion on the out route.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
To the air, it's Kingsbury. It's complete on the right side. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. A run for the quarterback. Runs through the tackle. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. They cut into that lead. It's now 28-17. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Release to the back. Pulls it in. It's Adams. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking for the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play.
Unloads it downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. And here they come almost all the way back.
I love it. Nice play call, nice design. Get the ball to your speedster and let him do the rest. Try to find a way to isolate guys and get matchups. And you did it with your running back, slash receiver there, and he did the rest.
Back to pass, it's Kingsbury. Throw to the end zone, it's picked off.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Out of bounds at the 34, a productive job by the return team. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. He wants to change this route. Direct snap. It's Adams. They bring him down, but that's why you give him that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Makes the grab. It's hits.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Buys a little time. The throw. Well, it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
And this just hasn't been his day, man. He's already thrown some interceptions and leaving the ball short, like just not getting to his receiver. He's got to do something to change the mojo up, because right now he's not playing well. And at this rate, we might be going to the pine.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Penn State! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready.
Going for it all. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Washington State is ahead right now, but the school that nearly saw Ryan Leaf win a Heisman back in the day still has some work to do. They're up by 7 over Rutgers. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The Nittany Lions have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Quarterback extends the play. Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
The Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Dropping back, it's Kingsbury. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Hey guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
Quarterback keeps it. There he goes. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
Football is very easy when the offensive line does their job like that. I mean, look at those holes, back able to make a cut, first down.
The Wolverines, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. On the move. Pass the sticks and still on his feet.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the snap, it's Willingham. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines. An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
Man, what a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
Up by one, they're going to try to get the deuce here and make it a field goal lead. They'll run the option. He's not going to make it, stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further.
We know this quarterback is dynamic with his running ability, and on the two-point attempt, they tried to use his legs to get it in, but the defense was there to stop him short.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Adams. Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. Fires into traffic, picked off. brought down, but what a way to finish this quarter with the pick. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the air, it's Kingsbury. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are, that's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
They stopped him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Back has it. And he forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. And I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. And the Nittany Lions are in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play.
Turning it on! They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to fire on second down. He'll try to do it himself. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Operating in the red zone here on second down. On the option. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. And a late opportunity to grab the lead here. A touchdown would be huge. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run the option. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And that's a really nice physical run. This is a team that prides themselves on the ability to establish the line of scrimmage. And here we are in the 4th quarter, late in the game. Everyone's tired, and a no-nonsense run. Great push by the offensive line, taking the lead with that touchdown.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick 2, as it were.
And how about this defense continuing to compete, continuing to fight? It looks like the game's about to be tied. They make a huge play on the extra point. Not only do they block it and stop them from tying it, they take it all the way back, and now they've got a 3-point lead in this football game.
Michigan offense back on the field. Scanning the field, it's Kingsbury. He'll take the deep shot. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. He'll try to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
We've just seen in this game, the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Finding an escape route. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Penn State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UAB is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today. They still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by a field goal over UTSA. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wants to throw. It's Kingsbury. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Willingham. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Willingham. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been